Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well and happy Sunday. Now, if you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail, we are back with a Zara haul, but more specifically a autumn/winter haul. And I do have to say, out of all the Zara hauls that I have done, this one in particular has to be my favourite by far. And I did also go slightly crazy with the ordering. I'm not sure if you can see on the rail behind me, this isn't even all of it. There is a pile on the floor of bits that either didn't fit or just did not suit me, so I have left them out of the haul. This is what we are tackling today, plus some shoes. Now, I am also going to be quite annoying and actually split this video into two because there is quite a lot to go through. So this is part one and part two will be up next week. We are splitting it according to how it is on the rail. So this side we are doing today and that side we are doing next week. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the intro there. Don't forget to subscribe, all of that fun stuff. Follow my social media, everything's in the description, as well as the links to today's items. I will list them in chronological order on how I am showing you. And yeah, let's get on with today's video. Now, I am playing around with the filming process, so let me know in the comments if you do like this style. I'm going to be sat here explaining the product, the names, the price, the sizes, all of that fun stuff while my computer is here, and then you will see it fully on and I will go into more details. But while I am sat here, I thought, you know what, let's just get these shoes out of the way. And we are going to start off with my favourite item on this whole entire haul, part one and part two. These shoes are not going to be for everyone. And I saw these a couple of months ago when I went shopping and I fell in love with them, but they didn't have my size. And I saw these on the website and I completely forgot about them. And they are just so cool. Like I said, they're not going to be for everyone, but these are definitely a little bit of me. Now, these are called the Wedge slingback heels. They are currently in the sale for $25.99. They are black and I got my standard size 7, which is an international 40. Now, they are definitely out of my comfort zone, but for a statement shoe, if I was to wear sort of like a basic outfit, so in the evening, if I've got a pair of black trousers and a blazer and I wanted something to jazz it up, these are the shoes to do just that. I love them so much and I love how it's almost like a muted painting on the main part of the shoe. And then you do have the shiny patent on the heel. These do look intimidating, I will say that. When I first put them on, I genuinely thought I could break my neck. But the more you actually walk around in them, the more comfortable they become and the more you actually like know how to walk in them, if that makes sense. Because I was a little bit daunted by how skinny and thin the heel part was. But I can confirm, just walking around the house, they are actually extremely comfortable and also extremely easy to walk in, which I was quite surprised. But yeah, these are the first pair and I'm utterly obsessed with them. They are great. And then for the second pair of shoes and also the last pair of shoes, these I will say are also extremely cool. Slightly more in my comfort zone, but still out there. These are the high heel shoes with metallic strap. They retail for $39.99. They are black with gold detailing. And again, I got my standard size 7, which is an international 40. So like I said, these are definitely more in my comfort zone, but also still slightly out there. One thing I will say, these are extremely high. I definitely want to say these are 100 millimeters plus. That's what I mean by they are slightly out of my comfort zone. I typically tend to go up to maybe like an 85 millimeter. And that's about it. So when I put these on, I was slightly shocked, but they are also very comfortable. And I do like how secure that they feel on my feet, considering how high they are. But I love these, and they are definitely giving me sort of like Saint Laurent or Tom Ford vibes. I think it's just with the asymmetric shape of the shoe. Yes, it is your standard court shoe, but you do have these extreme cutouts on both sides, and also you have this detailing and they're just so sleek. And again, if you do want to jazz up an outfit but also have something that still is wearable with other things, this is the shoe. And now we are moving on to clothes. So like I said, I'm going to explain everything here and then you will see the full thing on in just a moment. If you know me by now and you have watched my previous videos, you will know that if I like an item and I like other colours, I will buy all of them. And that is exactly what I've done with this next item. So the next two items are the ZW collection high waist zip trousers. They retail for $35.99. I got both colours. So I got the navy blue and also the black, and I got both of them in an extra large. So I am fully aware that navy and black don't really go together. It's just the first thing that I found on this rail that I could pair with these trousers, just to show you how incredible that they are. I am so utterly obsessed with these. It's a joke. They fit like a glove. Cannot get over how high-waisted that these trousers truly are. And I love as well how minimal that they are. There's no detailing whatsoever. There's no belt loops. There's no pockets. So there's no extra ridges that you have to kind of worry about. I love them. And especially being slightly curvier on the bottom, I feel like they're quite slimming and flattering. Even though they do have the stitching, like the darts down the front, I don't feel like it emphasises my tummy in any way whatsoever. And for reference, I am 5'6". I do have 85mm heels on. These are the perfect length. When I tried them on originally without any heels, I was quite worried because they were dragging on the floor, but I knew with this style in particular, I would wear them more in the evening time. So I know now for the evening, if I did want to put a heel on, I know they're going to fit perfectly. The only thing that annoys me so much with what they've done with these trousers is they have shoved a gold zip on the back. For me, this spoils it completely. Surely it would cost them the same amount for a navy zip than it would be for a gold zip. I don't know much about the back end when it comes to cost. It's the smallest detail, but I feel like they've ruined these trousers. So I will be taking these to the tailors anyway to see if they can change the zip. But anyway, these are the blue pair and these are the black pair. Now I have just taken my shoes off just so you can see how much length there is to these trousers. Like I said with the blue pair, I am 5'6", and these are dragging on the floor. But like I said, these are definitely more of an evening style trousers, so I would wear heels regardless anyway. But I love these trousers so much, and especially a black pair. They are gonna go with absolutely everything, and I cannot wait to wear them. For the next item, you will notice that I am just leaving these same trousers on as the previous clip, but we are adding to the outfit. So the next item is the fitted blazer ZW collection. It retails for £109. I got it in black, and I also got this as well in an extra large. This blazer and this outfit is so iconic. I'm gonna say it again, I'm utterly obsessed. This is definitely giving Saint Laurent and Tom Ford vibes. There is something so sleek about a matching suit set, and also something so sexy about it as well, and I'm in love. But we are going to be talking about this incredible blazer. I love anything structured or tailored. There's something so sophisticated and put together, and the one thing I'm loving at the moment are these collarless blazers. Let me show you what it looks like up close. You do have faux pockets, you have the invisible buttons on the inside, and I also love how there's no split at the back. It just looks very seamless and chic. The only thing I will say about this blazer that is slightly making me not sure if I should keep it, and it is the most silly thing ever. You might be thinking that is absolutely ridiculous, get over it. But where the buttons are invisible, you can see the 3 stitches. Hopefully you can see them. It is something so minimal, and I feel like I'm just being overly picky at this point, but it's the small details like that that I feel like if it could have been avoided, it should have been. This is something that, again, I might take to the tailors and see if they can rectify it, just to see if it's even possible to hide the stitching, because if you can, this blazer is a 10 out of 10. Moving on to the next item. This one might look very familiar because I do actually already own this in 2 other colours. Now this one is slightly different, but I can't tell what is different about it. But I know that it is a staple in my collection already, so I definitely wanted to add to the colour range. So this one is literally just a knitted cape. It retails for $49.99. I got it in the black, and I got this in a size medium. The main purpose of my hauls moving forward is instead of buying individual items, I'm trying to find outfits. So you might be thinking that I'm basically wearing the exact same thing for the past like 4 clips, and I basically am. I have still kept the same trousers on, I've kept the same shoes on, I have still got the same long sleeve bodysuit on from the very beginning, even underneath the blazer, but we are talking about this cape. There is something so easy, chic and simple about a cape this time of year, and they are so easy to style day and night. Now, I am aware that how I'm showing you, it looks more like evening wear because of the trousers and the heels, and they're so simple just to chuck on, and they're perfect for layering as well. So like I said, I still have that long sleeved bodysuit on, so for this time of year, like I said, autumn and winter, if it is slightly chillier outside, you can layer up. It's also a good replacement for a coat, so if you don't want to wear such like a heavy coat, you do still get a breeze because obviously it's very airy, but because it's everywhere, so all on your front, the side, the back, it keeps you nice and toasty. I did say earlier that I do already own 2 others from Zara, and these are the 2 that I own. Like I said, these 2 are the exact same, the grey and the brown, and now that I'm looking at them, the only difference is that this black one is definitely shorter, and it's one of those things that you can just throw on and leave the house. While we still have the cape on from the previous clip, we are going to be moving on to the next item that I have matched it with. Obviously, you don't have to pair these items together like I have. I'm just giving you a little bit of outfit inspo, so feel free to wear them exactly how you want, but this is just how I've paired them together. So this next one is called the lace satin midi skirt. It retails for £29.99. I got the colour black, obviously, and I got an extra large in this one. One thing I will say is I wish now I got a size large, but it still fits and I can still get away with wearing it. Okay, so I wanted to show you what this skirt looked like before I would style it how I would. But for the sake of the video, I actually bought this skirt to match with the previous cape. But I just wanted to show you what it looked like just with this bodysuit, which again is still part of this video and it is coming up next. And also I wanted to show you these shoes. These shoes are so iconic. These were the very first pair that I shared in this video. You can still see the tags because I haven't cut them off just yet. So yeah, just excuse the tags, but these shoes, oh, they're so cool. I absolutely love them. But for such a delicate skirt, I love the sort of edginess that it brings to this outfit, but more specifically the edginess it brings when I put the cape on. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what the skirt looked like fully on its own first, and also the shoes because I'm utterly obsessed. But this is how I would personally style it. Like I said, I have just added the cape onto it and I feel like it's really jazzed up the outfit. It is very rare for me to wear a skirt, but this one feels honestly like I'm not wearing anything. I can't feel it on my legs at all. The only time obviously I can is when I walk. I can feel the lace detailing at the bottom just moving against my ankles, but it's so lightweight and it just slips on. It is super elasticated, hence why I would say I feel like I would say size down. I thought it would have a zip, hence why I went with my standard size, but it is completely elasticated. So if you are interested in the skirt, definitely size down. And yeah, I love this skirt. I love this outfit. Again, it is a 10 out of 10. Now I do only have 2 items left, so I am going to merge them together. I bought them specifically together to make an outfit. So for the skirt, this one is called the ZW Collection Slit pencil skirt. It retails for £59.99. I got the colour black, and with this one again I got an extra large, and like I said, I paired it with a bodysuit, so it is called a soft long sleeve bodysuit. It retails for £17.99. Again, it is black, but this time I got it in a size large. This is the last 2 items merged together for the outfit, and I wanted to show you what it looked like, plain and simple, before I move on to accessorizing it. So again, for height reference, I am 5'6". This is where it comes up on me. I am such a sucker for anything high-waisted, but I feel like I found some really good gems that are super high-waisted in this haul. It has a very similar structure to the trousers, except there's obviously no darting or anything like that. Obviously, there are no belt loops, but you can definitely still wear a belt with this, which I will get onto, again, like I said, when I start accessorizing. And then moving on to the bodysuit. Now, this is the exact same bodysuit that I have been wearing for the entire video. You saw me wear it with the trousers, it was under the blazer, it was under the cape, it was with the previous skirt. It is such a basic and a classic. There's not much really to talk about. It is definitely soft. It's not sheer whatsoever. It does have a button closure underneath. But yeah, let me accessorize and I'll be right back. And this is what it looks like all accessorized up. Now I am also fully aware that I am mixing metals, but I just wanted to pop these shoes on because I've just realized I haven't shown you what they look like on, and they were the second item that I spoke about. So this is basically what it looks like. I have added a silver belt, and I'm still not sure on these shoes. I don't know if there's really a place for them in my collection, hence why I have kept all the labels on for the time being. But yeah, this is basically what it looks like with accessories. Like I said, it doesn't have belt loops, but you can still wear a belt if you wanted to. And I also feel like adding a belt here definitely breaks it up and shows that it is a two-piece rather than a dress. Again, with this outfit, you can definitely wear it throughout the day or throughout the evening. It's just as simple as changing the shoes, but for me, this look would definitely be an evening look. Also, let me know in the comments what piece was your favorite and what you would also mix and match them with in your wardrobes, because I would love some ideas on how to style these pieces. And yeah, this is the last outfit. And that is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As I said in the beginning, this has to be one of my favorite hauls. Obviously, you will see the rest of it next week. So make sure you are subscribed, you turn your post notification bell on so you are notified on when I upload part 2. And if you are interested in any of the items I've shown you, everything is linked in the description. So make sure you go ahead and check that out. And also, while you're down there, if you don't mind subscribing to my channel, liking today's video, because that really helps me out. And if you do want to see more from me, also go ahead and follow my social media. Everything is linked in the description. And yeah, once again, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed today's video, and I will see you next Sunday with part 2. Bye guys.